gentlemen, you're all welcome to another episode of Invest Africa podcast. Your number one podcast that talks everything real estate and how it benefits you and how it benefits me and how we'll become wealthy, rich, good, and all of that. So you're all welcome to another episode. And I'm speaking with experts all episode long. And I bring you nothing short of the best guests there is to offer. So ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome with me today our special guest, a realtor, a businesswoman. Her name, no other than Miss Solace Jack, aka the billionaire realtor. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Thank you so much.
It's so good to see you once again.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here too.
Yeah. So, how many plots of land have you sold this year?
Okay. 5 actually.
Wonderful.
Yeah, since the beginning
5
of
plots
this year.
of 5 to 5 people.
Okay, 5 houses actually, not land now. Houses, 5 houses since the beginning
Ladies
of
and
this year.
gentlemen, you heard it. The billionaire realtor in the building. Okay, so straight to the topic of today, or what we want to talk about today. So today, we are basically going to dive into the life of a realtor. So, quick question. How did you become a realtor?
Okay, I became a realtor in 2022. It wasn't just something that happened, all of a sudden. I've actually wanted to become a realtor.
Really?
Yeah, but not like become a realtor, because I actually studied petrochemical in school, petrochemical technology. So all along, I've been seeing realtors, I've been seeing what they do online, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is something I can actually venture into. And then along the line, I got a call, and that was it. I went there, and then I got engaged with the company, and then today I'm a realtor. So I'm counting almost 3 years now in real estate.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And so what do you find very interesting being a realtor and being in real estate?
Okay. First of all, I would say giving clients that satisfaction. When you are able to meet a client's need and they are so happy. Being a realtor entails giving clients advice. That's what differentiates us from being an agent.
Okay.
Yes, there's actually a difference between a realtor and an agent. Realtors give advice to clients. So imagine you're a client and you're telling me you want a 4-bedroom duplex. And I'm like, okay, sir, if I may ask, what do you want it for? Do you want to go into Airbnb business, or you want to live in it or something? Okay. And at the end of the day, I'm preferring solutions to your problems. I'm giving you quality advice relating to what you asked for. And at the end of the day, you're so happy, you're thanking me, there's a smile on your face and all of that. So that's one thing that actually, keeps us going. That's one thing I find very intriguing and very interesting in this field. So that's one, satisfaction. Then 2, the money involved. Very interesting. It keeps us going.
I like anything that has to do with money.
So yeah, that's it.
So before we go any further, if you are going to give an advice to somebody watching us now, what would that advice be in real estate? What would you advise them to do?
Okay, what am I advising? Am I advising someone who wants to go into real estate?
Just about anybody, whether somebody that doesn't have the slightest clue about what real estate is.
Okay.
So let's advise them, because we are in a time where inflation is at an all-time high. Inflation is hitting double digits. Hitting over 30%.
Exactly.
The interest rates are crazy.
Exactly.
And you want to say, okay, this is my advice for you, trying to go into real estate. Because one thing I've come to understand, that you can always hold real estate as a hedge over inflation.
Of course.
So what will be your real estate investment 101 tip for someone that has no clue, or maybe a beginner, or someone who probably has an interest?
Okay, I would say venture into real estate. No matter how you think it is, because some people think real estate is something that is too big, something that I should venture into in 5 years time, or when I've made it, or when I'm a millionaire. No, even with that salary you are earning as an individual or as a company, you should venture into real estate. I mean, there are so many real estate opportunities that you can go into: buying of land, buying of houses. There are lands that are as cheap as 1 million. In fact, 500,000, 800,000. You
Interesting.
can, yeah, you can actually see those kinds of things. And the good thing is that some of these companies give opportunities for individuals to pay in installments. So you don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse not to venture into real estate, because people who got these kinds of lands last year,
Okay.
as at this time this year, they can resell it for double the price or triple the price. That's one big benefit of venturing into real estate. It keeps appreciating for you. So instead of keeping your money in the bank and the bank will keep removing your money,
Yeah,
in
with
fact,
charges.
exactly, ATM charge, this charge and that charge.
Federal
Just
government
carry
levy.
that money. I'll go and put it inside real estate, and then have that peace of mind that you're going to make more money when you're ready to resell and all of that. So, as an individual, as a pastor, as a company owner, as a CEO, whatever you are, just venture into real estate, no matter how small it is. Start somewhere, just do something. Buy a land, buy a house, buy a property, pay in installment, pay small till you have acquired it, and then leave it for a while to appreciate, resell, or do whatever you want to do with it. You can rent, you can give it out for lease, and make money. That's it.
Thank you very much.
You're
So,
welcome.
a free advice to anyone who's going to listen, because there's something that there's a practice among landowners or holders of real estate that I've found out. And let me just advise you: if you have a land today, let's say you buy it for 5 million naira and it appreciates to 15 million naira, it is not for you to get all of that money and spend it. No. It is for you to, if you're selling, you buy another land, you reinvest, or you purchase, something. See, there's nothing, because if you spend it, money is gone, land is gone. So you don't have any. So when your property appreciates at that level and you want to sell, it's not for you to spend. It is for you to reinvest.
Reinvest, very
For you
important.
to reinvest. It's either you're buying a land, it's either you're buying acres of land. And when you're buying, I don't know, people sometimes just think buying a land is just one plot. If you have, especially to those that have a lot of capital, have a lot of money to spare,
exactly.
you can buy lands in acres, in hectares,
Exactly.
in hundreds of
Very
plots,
important.
and you can use it,
You will
to
never regret it.
venture into farmland, agricultural business.
Of
You could
course.
use to develop houses for commercial or
Purposes.
residential areas, or for residential or commercial purposes, as it were. So it's not just to buy and sell because it appreciates. It's that you still reinvest.
Exactly.
And that's how you build serious wealth. Like anyone who really wants to build wealth in real estate, it's not just buying, selling, spending. No, it is buying, selling, reinvesting.
Very
That's
important.
how you. That's the cycle. That's the cycle. Same applies to even holders of market stocks or market shares.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just to buy, sell, and spend, burn all the money. You understand? At least the dividends, you can pay yourself maybe 10 to 20, 30% max, thereabout. So quick question now on the life of a realtor, because I've heard so many things about realtors, and I guess the open leg to sell. So please, I want you to talk about that. Is that true or false? Do women open their legs to sell? Now, I'm bringing it up now. Not just the fact that you're a realtor, but the fact that you're a woman and you have been in this business for 3 years. You understand? So, are we saying that? Are we saying that everybody who sells? I'm not debunking the fact that there are people that want to sell lands genuinely, but do people especially women? Not just women. I heard men to do it.
Of course.
Oh, please. Go on. I'm listening. We are all listening.
Okay, it's not a lie actually, because whenever we meet clients, the first thing, especially for females, when we meet male clients, the first thing that comes to their mind is all these girls, all these girls, you won't blame them because this is what they've experienced over time.
Okay.
This is what they've seen over time. In fact, I heard a story from a close friend. She said she has a client who told her that hope you are not like those girls. He actually mentioned,
Okay.
a group of girls, and she was like, why would you say that? What happened? He said he went to make inquiries for a property. They took him to the property. A lady took him to the property to show him the property. And then, because of course it was a furnished apartment. So
Oh, okay.
the man was so interested. He was like, this is beautiful and all of that. He was like, okay, how do I make payments? How do I get this? How do I pay for this? She was like, okay, this is the account number. She gave him all the details. And then she was like, okay, since you're going to make payments immediately, how about I appreciate you here? Of course. How about I appreciate you? And he was like, Jesus.
Appreciate.
Yes. And the man is a pastor. He was like, Jesus, is this what you people do here? Now, coming to those kinds of people, they will just see real estate ladies as girls that are just so loose. But of course, there are still some people who, of course, I use myself as an example. Aside the fact that I'm a child of God, there is something called morals.
Yeah.
You should exclude your work life with your personal life. If someone comes to you and say I like you, it should be on a personal base, not relating to work.
Okay.
You don't tell somebody, okay, you have to buy a property, I'll do this for you, or before you buy a property, I'll have to sell my body to you, and all of that is absolutely very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Before God and before man, it is very wrong. But that doesn't mean that girls don't do it. In this real estate platform, it's very, 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 very obvious that girls do these kinds of things. So you're not far from
men to appreciate the women. Let me
men
appreciate.
too. I've
you.
actually heard that men do that, but I've not seen any scenario regarding that. But I'm a woman, so I'm actually talking from my own, aspect. And we that meet clients, even we that are still trying to be, we love God, we don't want to do some certain things. We still see them like almost on a daily basis. For like clients, like if you don't see the check in my hand, if you don't do this, I'm not going to give you this check.
Wow.
I'll be like, Uncle, go with your money, yo. and the way God does his own things, after you have rejected that kind of thing, you of course will feel bad. You'll be like, child, is it because I don't want to do this kind of thing? And look at the kind of money I'm losing. When you now calculate your commission, you'll be like, God.
100 million with 10%.
That one, then they pay pass. Those kinds of things, then they pay pass. But God just has his way. He just brings something to compensate you and all of that.
That's
so
nice,
please, if you're a woman or you're a man, don't do that. Don't do that. No matter how mouth-watering the commission would look like. No, don't do that. Before God and before man is wrong. So don't do that.
Really, really interesting. The word that has not left my head now is that appreciation. Let me appreciate you.
And funny enough, the man did not still buy. Because he felt disgusted with that act.
Not everybody is the same, Some people they would have taken the option
opportunity
gladly, you know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, maybe I would love to buy another property for you. Would you appreciate me the same way?
Exactly.
It would be a continuous, endless cycle of appreciation. Yeah. So, but what are apart from these instances, what are some of the challenges that you face as a realtor?
Okay. One major challenge is work-life balance.
Okay.
Yeah, as a realtor, of course, you have your personal life to deal with.
True.
As a realtor, you have other things to deal with in your life, So, real estate is a lot. It's a lot on its own because you have to manage clients. That's what actually differentiates us. That's another point that differentiates us with an agent. Agent will just show you the house, or go buy this house, or go buy this house. And then you buy it, and then that's all. You just go your way, the agent will go his way. But as a realtor, you have to keep managing that client, the paperwork, good relationship, because that person has the potential to buy again in future. So you have to keep, sending messages, happy new month, sir, happy new month, ma, those kinds of things. So it's actually a lot. So managing real estate with your personal life or with other of your businesses. Of course, as a realtor, you should have one or other side hustle and all of that.
True.
It's actually a lot. That's one major challenge we face. I face as a realtor. I'm also a gospel artist, so I
Okay.
sing. So most times, my weekends, I just give out my weekends. But these weekends are the times where clients will call you. I have time today. Today is Saturday. I have
For
time.
you to
I
close
want
out
to
those
thank
deals.
you. Can we go and see that property? Can we go and and that's a lot most of the times. That's a lot. So managing your work life and your personal life and any other thing that concerns you, it's one major challenge we face as a realtor. And then as women also, what we discussed earlier,
Yeah.
you meet a client and the client is like, I like you, give me a hug, and those kinds of things. Those are the things we see on this field, and it's actually not very pleasing, but we move.
We move.
We move.
Some of the perks that comes with,
We move, yeah.
it's when speaking of work life balance as a realtor, it's almost like your life is on a full throttle. There's no break. You are doing just trying to close out deals. Even you're trying to check out documents, land, speak with the surveyor,
Exactly.
trying to talk to this, trying to clarify that the
Your
documents.
marketing,
I'm
you're
telling you
talking to people
exactly and
and all of
everything.
that.
But in the midst of all this, like, what are the things that you would say, um, for to anyone who would maybe consider being a realtor, some of the most rewarding things in, I know, yeah, commission, yeah, but what are some of the most rewarding things that are not monetary based, the intangibles, but
Okay.
that are very rewarding or that have been most rewarding in your journey of being a realtor?
Okay, for me, I'll say connection.
Okay,
Yeah, I've built a level of connection that I'm so grateful for.
okay,
At least, my son was telling me some days back, she was like, she wants to start up a business and she would need to talk to some class of persons. And I was like, don't bother. Don't bother. I've got you. I've got you. Now I can boldly say that because of the kind of contacts I have. I have contacts of people who work in the government. I have numbers of senators, politicians, those kinds of people. In fact, some of them have not even bought from you yet. They've not bought that property you're marketing to them
that's
yet, but
interesting.
you have their contact and you are just sure that this person will buy tomorrow. Even though the person does not buy from you, you are sure that this person can start up something with you as aside, real estate or something. So connection is one major thing that I've gained, on this work of real estate. Yeah.
Wow, all of this just because of real estate. So, um, the life today we just really examine the life of a realtor, and you can see it has its ups, it has its down, it has its rewards, it has some regrets to go along with it, and um, well, through it all, you can say it's a rewarding journey to indeed be a realtor and even being in the real estate business. So, in closing, what give us one last advice, one last statement about real estate investment, because I'm very much interested in real estate investment, and I really hope to hold lots of portfolios in in real estate investment. So, what's one word of advice or counsel you give to someone in real estate and that wants to go into real estate?
Okay, there's a saying that says it pays to serve God. I want to also say that it pays to venture into real estate. It actually pays to venture into real estate. So my advice to whoever is listening to us is that no matter how difficult you think real estate is, venture into it, whether you are knowledgeable about it or not. just listening to us alone should tell
Yeah.
you that real estate
Listen
is
to us.
something that it's something that you should venture into. It's very, very, very important. I'm sure you will thank me tomorrow. If you don't see me, you will thank him tomorrow. Definitely.
Come with your offering
Definitely, you will
for
thank him.
appreciation.
So please, 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 just venture into real estate. Venture into real estate. It's very important. It pays, actually. It pays. Yeah.
So one quick advice to everyone that is going to be listening and watching is that make hay while the sun shines.
Exactly.
Don't waste time. Don't waste time. So it is at this point that we call it a day. We bring it to a close here at Invest Africa podcast. So keep watching, subscribe, like, comment, share to your family, friends, colleagues at work, etc., etc. And until I see you again, keep investing in real estate. See you.
Bye.
Bye.